Hey folks, Dr. Joe Esposito here. Glad to be with us today. What we're talking about today, two topics. We try to break the show up a little bit so it doesn't get too monotonous. It's never monotonous though, it's always exciting. One, dangerous household items you need to stop using immediately. When patients come in our offices, we work on everything. We work on, of course, the spine, the nervous system, the digestive system, the diet, but we also want to look at their lifestyle because there are certain things you may be doing every single day that's actually adversely affecting your health. And so we're going to try to cover every aspect we can of your health. So we're going to talk about that. Second part of the show, home remedies that are backed by science. Home remedies that really work. Things that you can do every single day to help get you well and keep you well. So we're going to cover those two topics. So I want to jump right in. I got way too much information to cover in just this short time. I want to talk about dangerous household items that you want to quit right away. And the first one is non-stick cookware. If you're still using non-stick cookware, the old-fashioned kind, I want you to throw it away. I don't want you to give it away. I don't want you to wait until it falls apart. Throw it away. It's nice to not have to soak pots and pans. I remember when this first came out way back when. But there's a price. There's chemicals in there, coatings that make the product non-stick, that releases gases when they're heated. And all of those have been linked to, in humans, a higher risk of cancer and harmful health effects. So what's safe? What's safe is stainless steel. So if you get a good high-quality stainless steel, that should be fine. Sometimes they may have aluminum on the bottom, but that's fine, or copper to conduct heat. But as long as the part that's touching the food is a high-quality stainless steel, you should be good. Second thing that works is glass. Now, I am a big fan of glass, of course. It cleans easy. If it does burn, which sometimes it does in the oven, you can just soak it overnight if you need to. You can take a abrasive pad and rub over it, and that should work too. And cast iron. Cast iron is great. Make sure it's made in the United States. Cast iron made in other countries sometimes has toxic chemicals in it. Now, if you don't know how to use cast iron, it's tough because you have to switch your mindset. What you do is you season the cast iron. So what that means is when you get it, you can wash it really good, then put some oil in it. You could use coconut oil or avocado oil that does well at high heats. Put it in the oven, and you leave it in the oven, I think it's like an hour. And what that does is it infuses the oils into the metal. And then when you're done using it, you don't wash it with soap and water. You can use water, and then you wipe it out, or you can get a brush type thing or a non-soapy pad and just wipe it out. It's so hard not to use soap on it because you want to use soap on it. Now, if something's stuck to the bottom, just soak it for a little bit overnight, and it'll come right out. And then if it starts losing its non-stick ability, you have to season it again. Put some oil, wash it, put some oil in it, put it in the oven. So those are three things that I have in my house. You probably should have in your house too. And those are going to be the safest choices. Now, there's some of them that have come out. They're new, they're diamond strength, and I don't know about them yet because I haven't been around long enough to be tested. But the old style, especially the cheaper ones, just get them out of your life because those toxic chemicals, you're cooking and the toxic chemicals are being absorbed into your food. If you have a pet, flea and tick products, they may save your pooch from unwanted bites, but the chemicals in a lot of them can cause nervous system damage. So something that Garrett uses on Maggie, our office mascot, quart of water, a cup of white vinegar, and a cup of baby shampoo or liquid dish soap. Make sure you use a natural dish soap, of course, and wash your puppy about once or twice a week. The vinegar will kill the fleas and the ticks. And so that's good for the better for the puppy, better for you too. Again, whenever you're using anything that comes in contact with your skin or your pet's skin, make sure it's as natural as possible. Here's the rule on things that you want to put on your skin. If you wouldn't eat it, you shouldn't put it in your body. Now, I'm not saying you should eat Castile soap, let's say, which is the type of soap I use. But if you ate it, you wouldn't get sick. And that's the thing, because your skin is a sponge. Anything you put on your skin is going to be absorbed. There's medications. We can put a patch on your body and let it absorb. You can put hormone patches on the body. You can put drug patches on your body. Why? The skin is a sponge and it gets absorbed. So if that's the case, then if you're not going to eat it, you wouldn't put it in your body, you wouldn't put it on your skin either. And that goes for soap, shampoos, conditioners, creams, lotions.
Colognes and fragrances.
Colognes and fragrances. That's good. We didn't cover that today. You're right. I am not a fan of colognes and fragrances. Most of them are what we call endocrine disruptors. What that means is it will alter your hormones. So if you're going to use a cologne or a perfume, I recommend essential oils only. Now, you can put it in a carrier oil, like a coconut oil or a good extra virgin olive oil, and that's called a carrier oil. And you put a few drops in that oil and then put it on your body. That's okay. A deodorant that I use, there's two types. One is on our website, drjoe.com, and it's coconut oil, baking soda, and a few drops of
tea tree
oil. Thank you. And use a double boiler, and you melt them together, and then it comes as a cream, and you can just wipe it under your arms. Another thing I use that works real well is alcohol and several drops of tea tree oil as well. And you put it in a spray bottle. And I found this out because there's a company out there that sells it. And basically it's just alcohol and essential oils. And somebody gave me one once, and it was rose smell, which I like the smell of roses, and freesia. Those are my two favorites. Not that that matters. And I started using it. It really worked. So I thought, why am I spending $12 for this thing? Well, all it is alcohol and some essential oils. Mix it up myself, and it works real well. So those are two things that you might want to consider using because, again, I would eat coconut oil. I have no problem with that. So I wouldn't eat alcohol. But again, if I got some in my mouth, I'm not going to die from it. So that's what seems to work real well.
And Sierra uses instead of like a normal makeup wipe or something like that typically has more abrasive chemicals. She just uses witch hazel with a couple of drops of essential oil.
Perfect, yeah. And the witch hazel is an astringent. It actually tightens up your skin. Mm-hmm. And you can do witch hazel in that deodorant as well, too. So you can use witch hazel, coconut oil, and baking soda, equal parts. Just use a double boiler, melt it up, and you're done. So it works real well. And the witch hazel then acts as an astringent. It tightens up your skin for you. And so many people using toxic chemicals every day. And so even if you come to us and we give you the best chiropractic care in the world and the best medical treatment in the world and the best supplements in the world and the best nutritional advice in the world, you want to cover other aspects of your life as well. And that's what this half of the show is all about. When I think of Grandma's house, if I say, what does Grandma's house smell like? Garrett, what do you think of?
Biscuits.
Biscuits. I thought mothballs. Okay, we went in the wrong direction there.
We're Southern.
Yeah, it was Southern, yeah. Mothballs. And I still remember whenever I smell mothballs, first thing I think of is my grandmother's house. Now, the reason smells allow you to have such good memories is there's not a whole lot of neurological synapses, it's called, or gaps between your sinuses and the part of the brain that processes smell. So the more gaps or the further away it is from the brain, the less powerful the impulse is. So smells go right up into you inhale, it goes right into your brain. And so that's why it really implants itself in the brain. And that's why you have smells bring back so many memories. But the problem with mothballs and products like that is they can destroy your red blood cells. And it's been proven to cause cancer in animals, not proven to cause cancer in humans yet, but why take that chance? What you can use is cedar. You can buy cedar cubes or blocks, or you can actually, I just saw the other day in a house that I looked at, it had a cedar closet. And they just put cedar on the walls, just, instead of over the drywall, and you actually have a cedar closet, and that keeps the bugs out as well. Much safer, much better for you. Now, if it's a chemical cedar spray, I wouldn't recommend that either. The other thing you can do, too, of course, is to protect them, is put it in these bags now that you can vacuum seal. And I got a few of those. And you just put a vacuum on it, suck everything up, seal it off. It saves space, and it protects it from the bugs as well. So start thinking about that. If you have mothballs laying around, and I know they're still used around somewhere, not a good idea. But any type, like Garrett was saying, perfumes, colognes, hairsprays, the deodorants that are scented, certainly antiperspirants, definitely want to stay away from them. I'm begging you, please, folks, stop using antiperspirants. Don't stop using deodorant. Got that, Garrett? Don't stop using deodorant. But antiperspirants, because they have aluminum in them. Now, there's an argument over that. Some researchers say that the aluminum in the deodorant does not get absorbed into your body, and it's no big deal. Other researchers say absolutely positively your body needs zero heavy metal in its ingestion, whether it's aluminum or mercury or other heavy metals. I tend to go with don't put aluminum in your body. What aluminum does, it clogs up your pores, seals it up so you don't sweat. And then the sweat is the thing that causes the bacteria to grow, which stinks. So what do we do about that? You can use witch hazel, which is an astringent, which is non-toxic. But I want you to stay away from all antiperspirant. Antiperspirant, by definition, has aluminum in it. Deodorants don't. So it says deodorant antiperspirant, no, just natural deodorants. Again, you can make your own, which is what I do, which is perfectly fine, way less expensive too. So,
and that recipe is on our website.
The recipe's on our website.
Just search deodorant.
Just type in deodorant and hit enter, and there it is. So you can make your own, but I do want you to get away from those toxic chemicals because first of all, I don't like the scents. I've never smelled a perfume that I really like, but essential oils would be fine. Like I said, freesia, rose, tea tree if you want to just add something. But you know what? You don't need scents. And I covered this years ago. Your body releases something called pheromones. Pheromones are chemicals that other people and other animals will pick up. So you ever meet somebody and you go, I just like this person. I don't know what it is, but I just really like them. And other people, you just don't like them. Some theory is that the pheromones that they're releasing that you can't smell but you are inhaling goes to your brain processes it and says no, yes, good or bad. So if you're wearing perfumes or colognes, you're covering up your natural pheromones. And so that's not good. And I don't know anyone who wants to be in an elevator or in a car with someone who has cologne or perfume on. It stinks. So don't think you're impressing somebody with it. Now, you want to impress somebody and you have freesia on or you have rose or something along those lines. People say, that's an interesting scent. What is that? So I'd rather you don't do anything, but if you have to do something, use something like a natural essential oil. And you can mix it, like I said, with a carrier oil and just put a little bit on.
Just don't go overboard like Matthew McConaughey on the whole pheromones thing.
Oh, yeah? What did he do? I didn't know about this.
No showers, he didn't wash his hair.
Oh.
No deodorant.
Matthew McConaughey can get away with it. You and I.
Oh, of course.
We can't get away with that. But it's been said that when Napoleon was going home to visit Josephine, he would send letters, don't shower, I'm on my way, type thing, or don't bathe at the time, because of those natural pheromones. I don't get that, personally. I don't understand it. But it's okay to wash, folks. I think it's a good idea. Air fresheners, same thing. They can accumulate in your body over time. They have toxic chemicals in them that affect your hormones, your reproductive health, especially in children. So if you have a kid and you have air fresheners, horrible. If you go into a daycare center and they have these little things that you plug in the wall to make it smell fresh, horrible for the children's health. Now, you can use essential oil diffusers. That's fine. Just make sure it's a natural essential oil. And make sure it doesn't say made with essential oils, because that means there's probably a bunch of other chemicals with a few drops of essential oil. It has to be a pure essential oil diffuser. That's okay. Okay, but don't do the other chemicals because they're dangerous. And they're affecting you and especially the children because their hormones are more susceptible. So just be careful with that. Oven cleaners, boy, are they ever toxic. I had a pan one time and I burned the heck out of it. And so what I did was I took it outside, I sprayed oven cleaner in it, left it out overnight. Don't inhale oven cleaner toxicity, chemicals. They're extremely toxic. So if you have an oven, in fact, a lot of new ovens are self-cleaning. And what you do is you seal it off, and it raises the temperature so hot that it essentially just disintegrates any buildup, and then you just wipe it out. But oven cleaners are extremely toxic. So don't use them. And if you have to use them, you want to open the windows, open the doors, spray them, get the heck out of the house. Wait hours and hours and hours. When it stops smelling, come back in the house. Wear gloves, wear a mask. Don't let any of that stuff get on you. Really, really toxic stuff. Furniture polish. What we're talking about today, if you're just joining us, I'm Dr. Joe Esposito. What we're talking about today is toxic chemicals you have in your house that I want you to get out of your house because they're not good for you. Furniture polish and stains, really, really bad for you. Instead of using traditional furniture polish, you can use coconut oil with a few drops of lemon juice in there, and you can just wipe that on your furniture. It works great. For scratches, if you have scratches in your wood, walnuts. Take a whole walnut and rub it into the scratch and then smooth it out. Many times that covers up the scratch. Real simple and easy. Toilet bowl cleaners, very corrosive. What you want to do is clean your toilet almost on a daily basis. Now, how do you do that? Get a toilet brush. Put it one next to every toilet. And every day, just swish it around. And men especially, men don't always have good aim, and men will splash. Let's call it what it is. So with a toilet brush, just wipe it all out. You should be fine. But you won't have to chemically poison the air around your toilet or the toilet water itself because those chemicals are being released into the air. And so we don't want to do that either. Space heaters, of course. If you have a space heater, folks, don't use a gas one. I don't think I need to tell you that. I hope you're smart enough to do that. The gas alone releases toxins in the air, can lead to carbon monoxide poisoning. And excuse me, got excited there. Those toxic chemicals that are released from the gas are obviously not good for you. What you could do is get an electric heater. And with an electric heater, there's a dome-shaped one. That's the one that seems to throw off the most heat. Because otherwise, it's just throwing heat around and it doesn't focus it. With, my gosh, excuse me. With a dome-shaped one, it's going to reflect the heat back on you. So that's going to be a much better choice for you. So electric heaters are fine, but I'd stay away from the gas heaters if you can. Cleaning solutions, I mean, I know that's a broad topic to cover there, but simplest thing, 3 parts water, 1 part white vinegar. And that's a good general cleaning solution for windows, for countertops. It works really well. With your countertops, if you have granite, make sure you clean and seal them twice a year. Granite, if you looked at granite under a microscope, is like a bunch of little straws all standing end to end. And so over time, those straws can start absorbing junk. And so what you want to do is clean them and seal them. And there are natural sealants you can buy as well to kind of fill in those little holes so that the waste doesn't get absorbed into the granite. Make sure you seal it twice a year. It's really important to do it. It only takes seconds. Clean them real good. Put on the sealant. You're done. But if you don't do that, you run the risk of the granite not looking really good. It can get stained. So.
And then on the household cleaner, mainly just water and a little bit of vinegar. If you have anything that is really tough to clean, like the vinegar is really good for cleaning your floors, cleaning your countertops. But if you've got something that you need to scrub, maybe you're scrubbing the top of your stove or something like that, you can always use just a little bit of Castile soap in the same mixture, and it'll provide those suds, which will help you cut through the heavier stuff.
Mm-hmm. Look, Gary getting a little domestic on us here, huh?
That is not me.
That's not you?
That is Sierra.
Oh, Sierra's the domestic one. Okay. I was going to say, Sierra, you go, girl. Hooking a man like that. Yeah. So, but it ain't you. So
I did take the trash out last night.
No way.
I did.
First time?
This week. Yeah.
Oh, this week. Okay. In a while, right? Sierra's not here to defend herself, So, anyway, Sierra and Garrett date, by the way, in case you didn't know that. So, and they're my producers for the show. So, antibacterial soaps. This is a biggie, especially with cold and flu and COVID and people washing their hands all the time. Do not use antibacterial soaps. They have chemicals in them that kill the good bacteria and the bad bacteria. Just plain old soap and water works just as well without the toxic effects of it. Now, I personally use Castile soap. Castile soap, you can get it liquid or bar. Castille, I think it's spelled. Castile soap is fine. It's natural. It's actually good for your skin. And so one of the people always ask me, how do I look so young? One of the things I do is I use Castile soap, and I don't use other toxic chemicals. Castile soap everywhere. My bathroom in my office, bathrooms at home, kitchen sink, everywhere is Castile soap. Put a little squirt bottle, it works great. The only downside is if you don't use the squirt bottle for a while, it can harden up, and you might get like a little block up of the squirter, so you just have to push a little harder and get it to loosen up. But Castile soap, absolutely positively, there's tons of different types. There's peppermint, there's no scent, there's baby, there's rose. So anyway, you want to use the Castile soap is what I recommend, strongly recommend, because other soaps can be toxic. They have detergents in them. They can dissolve the oil on your skin and make the skin more susceptible, because, again, that oil on your skin is a protective barrier, and you don't want to wash that away. So just be careful with that as well. If you have an old house and you start having flaking paint, you probably want to get somebody to come in and fix that with hazmat suits. You don't want to be scraping paint on your own. Was it 1978? I can't remember the exact year when they outlawed lead paint. So if it's an older house, just be careful. And the other thing with older houses, too, is you run the risk of mold. And if you smell something musty all the time in your house, if you feel sick when you're at your house and you feel better when you're not at your house, you might want to get a mold test done. Because mold can get into the house, and it can be very, very toxic. In fact, I had some friends, and they lived up by a lake in Georgia, and a lot of people that had lake houses were dying young, and like weird things like cancer, and nobody ever put it together. One day I remember walking into a house and going, I smell mold. I wonder if these lake houses, they were really close to the water, these houses, if they have mold in them. And if they do, it could be one of the reasons these people are getting sick. So I really want you to be careful with mold. If you do smell mold, fix it. It's not something you want to leave around. We talked about detergents earlier, soaps anyway, but detergents, you got to be careful. Of course, there was a while ago that pod challenge where kids were eating soap, which I never understood why you would do that. I mean, I can almost even see like the cinnamon challenge. You put cinnamon in your mouth and try to talk or something like that. It's silly, ha, ha, ha. But why would you eat soap? I don't understand that.
We went to a football party that like around the time that happened, and somebody made those little sandwich cookies, and they colored them as pods. They were great.
Your friends have a weird sense of humor. But detergents, there's a lot of natural scent-free detergents. Folks, use those. They're very popular now. Even the big brands have them. So you want to stay away from those toxic chemicals and smells. And dryer sheets, please do not use dryer sheets. They don't really do anything except they create a little layer of oil on your clothes, and that makes the clothes feel smooth. But they're really toxic. A lot of people have allergic reactions. I had horrible allergic reactions. I had a friend of mine one time, and she was my roommate, and she would dry and fold my clothes for me. It was great, but I started itching. Couldn't figure out why, and then finally I realized she was using dryer sheets. I said, Kay, stop using dryer sheets. She did, and it was fine with me.
What you can use, though, they have those wool balls.
Yes.
If you put essential oils in them, you have to be really careful, though, because they can catch fire.
Oh, well, that.
So, but without essential oils, they work great as well.
Okay, great. And if you're just joining us, folks, I'm Dr. Joe Esposito. First part of the show, we're talking about household items you want to get out of your house. Now, if you're new to the show, we have 4 offices in the Atlanta area: Marietta, Duluth, Stockbridge, and West Cobb. And we are a holistic wellness center, and we offer chiropractic care, people with digestive issues. We see a ton of patients with digestive issues. Sometimes the stomach is actually pushed up against the diaphragm. We need to physically pull the stomach away from the diaphragm. You might have acid reflux, heartburn, burping, gas, bloating, and the medicines that they give you many times. In fact, I just saw there's a big lawsuit now that's causing cancer. One of the big names I won't say. So you want to try to fix things, get to the cause of the problems, not just treat the symptoms. So if you have neck pain, back pain, shoulder pain, numbness, tingling, headaches, if you've ever been in a car accident, ever, if the car was damaged, you were damaged. If you have any of these health issues, come see us. Again, we have offices in Marietta, Duluth, Stockbridge, and West Cobb. The website is drjoe.com, and we work on the nervous system, the digestive system, your diet. We have a medical division as well. PRP is amazing. PRP is taking your own not stem cells, but cells that stimulate growth, called the platelets. Take them out and re-inject them back into your body in a concentrated form. So if you have knee arthritis, shoulder arthritis, any type of arthritis, I strongly advise you come see us for chiropractic evaluations as well as a possible PRP. Hormone balancing. We can do, PRP can be used for so many different things. Non-surgical facials, hair restoration, regrowth of hair, erectile dysfunction, women that have leaky bladder, that have issues romantically. Many times the PRP is the natural solution to fixing these things. So if you want to get well, go to our website, drjoe.com. You can make an appointment. The initial visit was $375. That was an exam, x-rays, consultation, first adjustment chiropractic-wise, and then go over your x-rays and a complete nutrition evaluation. We've reduced that for this situation where we are now to $199, and we accept most insurances for treatment after that. So there's no reason why you should be suffering. We're doing everything we can, except come to you personally, to try to get you well and keep you well. So if you want to get well and stay well, drjoe.com. We're more than happy to set you up an appointment. We're going to talk about supplements probably later on. The minimum supplements everybody should be taking are Dr. Joe's Super Greens and Dr. Joe's Essential Source. They're on the website, drjoe.com. They're 2 powders. They taste great. That's your starting point. In the winter, I also recommend you take vitamin D. If you're not taking vitamin D, shame on you. You should be taking vitamin D because the vitamin D is so important for the immune system. So my starter package for winter patients are Super Greens, Essential Source, vitamin D, and glutathione. They're all separately listed on the website, drjoe.com. We can send you the supplements. You can pick them up. We have offices again, Marietta, Duluth, Stockbridge, and West Cobb. We're more than happy to do that for you. But make an appointment. Come see us. If you have a healthcare problem and you're sick and tired of being sick and tired, just come see us. The biggest complaint I get, been doing this for 37 years, the biggest complaint I get is, why didn't I do this sooner? Why did I suffer for so long? Folks, I'm Dr. Joe Esposito. When we come back, home remedies that really work. I'm Dr. Joe Esposito. We'll be right back. Hey folks, Dr. Joe Esposito here. So glad you could be with us today. If you're just joining us, welcome. If you've been with us, stayed with us, I appreciate that very much. By the way, we live stream a lot of our shows. In fact, all our shows we live stream one way or another. So if you're not doing it yet, this is your homework assignment. Okay, this is your salary, this is your cover charge to get into our lectures from now on. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. My handle is @ Dr. Joe Esposito, DRJOE ESPOSITO. If you're not doing it, we're going to send a puppy to your house to live with you and give it caffeine. So that's going to be what we're going to do to you if you don't follow us, because I need your help. We have the more people that follow us, of course, then we can spread the word out. So we need your help to do that at Dr. Joe Esposito, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. And then if you live stream with us, you get to see my pretty face, which you may not want to do, but we need you to follow us. So do that. So what we're talking about now, home remedies that are backed by science, because there's a lot of things out there in the world that are medical. And almost every day, I'm going to say every day, somebody comes in our offices, and I've been, again, doing this for 37 years. I've missed a half a day of work in 37 years. Patients come in, and they say, Dr. Joe, I don't want to take medicine. Now, I don't want you to stop taking your medicine until you're well enough to come off your medicine. I am not against medicine. I'm not against surgery. I'm not against injections. I'm against unnecessary use of these things. So if you have a health issue, sometimes we need medicine. If you're a type 1 diabetic, guess what? You need medicine. If you've had your thyroid removed, you need medicine. I'm not against that, but let's do everything we can to keep you as healthy as possible. And a lot of the home remedies we're going to talk about may now substitute for some of the things you're doing. But again, don't come off the medicine until you're well enough that you don't need the medicine. That's always my approach. So chances are you've used some type of home remedy at some point in your life. Herbal teas for cold, essential oils might help your headaches. Supplements, of course, Dr. Joe's Super Greens, Dr. Joe's Essential Source, nitric oxide, B-complex, omega-3 fatty acids, vitamin D. So these would be home remedies that, of course, with the supplements we have on our website, drjoe.com, these are the ones I take. So when I go to a restaurant, I say, hey, what would you order? And the waiter says, well, my favorite thing is this. And 99% of the time, I'm thrilled because the waiter's going to give it to me straight. I'm giving it to you straight. These are the supplements I personally take every single day. And there's no reason why you shouldn't either, certainly some of them, but I take almost all of them, actually, because this is what most people need. So with home remedies, these are the things that many times I do, and I want you to consider using them as well. Maybe your grandmother taught you something. I know my German grandmother, she used to make a lot of split pea soup, lentil soups, and when she would, right before she served it, she'd put in some apple cider vinegar. And I remember saying to her as a child, why do you put apple cider vinegar in the soup? And she said, I don't know. We always did. Back in Germany, this is how we did it. So I enjoyed that. Just thinking about it, I can taste my grandmother's split pea soup. And so as time went on, of course, I researched everything. And I found out that apple cider vinegar can actually stimulate your digestive enzymes, and it can prevent some of the gas from being produced when you're eating beans like split peas and lentils. And it was easier to digest. So she didn't know why she used the apple cider vinegar. She just knew how to do it. Now science has proven grandma right. So a lot of things we're going to talk about today are grandma was right because she knew what she was doing. She didn't know why. She just knew how. So recent decades, science have been asking the same questions I have, and they came up with a lot of these old wives' tales that were actually true. So first one, turmeric for pain and inflammation. Now we have on the website, drjoe.com, we have a supplement, Dr. Joe's Turmeric. Take it every day. Most people have heard of it by now, primarily in South Asia. It's part of Ayurvedic medicine. Ayurveda is from India, and it's the study of herbs as medicine, actually lifestyle as medicine. But Ayurvedic medicine, it's been used for a long time, about 4,000 years as far as we know. So when it comes to proven medicinal purposes, they call it the golden spice, is great. And one of the things it's really good for is pain and inflammation. Several studies have found that curcumin, which is the active ingredient in turmeric, is the wow factor. In one study, people with arthritis pain noted that their pain levels were more reduced after taking 500 milligrams of curcumin than taking 50 milligrams of an anti-inflammatory drug. But here's the thing, it takes time to build up the level. So if I have a headache and I take an acetaminophen or two, or whatever it is, chances are I'm going to see results in about a half hour, 45 minutes. With turmeric, it takes a while. So you really want to just make it part of your supplement protocol every day. Other studies backed up this claim that it works so well. Turmeric extract is as effective as ibuprofen for treating pain in patients with knee osteoarthritis. Now, if you have arthritis, you want to come see us and consider maybe PRP. PRP, dollar for dollar, is the cheapest thing you can do to help get the natural growth back into the knee. Now, it's not going to grow back like it did when you were 16, but it can stimulate natural growth in arthritic joints, especially knees, shoulders, spine. So you might want to consider that. In fact, it's on the website, drjoe.com. Go under services. It's right on the top. Just hover over that, and drop down to PRP, and it gives you an explanation as to what it is. Relatively inexpensive for what you're getting, and if we can save people from surgery, which a lot of times we do, it's certainly worth it. So you don't want to grind your turmeric. First of all, it stains everything. The amount of curcumin in turmeric is about 3%, meaning you're going to have to take a lot of curcumin to get relief if you're grinding it. So in supplement form, it's much better. I suggest about 2 to 5 grams of the spice will give you benefits. Some studies show you can add a little black pepper to it. The pepperine activates the turmeric. Other studies show it doesn't do anything. It's not going to hurt to put a little black pepper in with your turmeric. It's about the long game when it comes to turmeric. If you're taking turmeric every day, you should notice benefits in about 4 to 8 weeks. So once again, you're not going to take and go, oop, my pain is gone. It's something that's going to build up in your body over time. There have also been some studies relating to, not proving, but relating to helping people with cancer, antioxidants, anti-aging. So there's a lot of benefits to taking the turmeric in a supplement form. And again, it's on the website, drjoe.com. It's one I take every day. You could also, if you wanted to, I guess, open up the capsules and make turmeric tea. And in fact, we posted that not long ago, a turmeric tea, didn't we, Garrett?
Yep.
Okay.
It's on Facebook and Instagram.
Okay, so if you look on our Facebook and Instagram pages, you can find a recipe. It's real simple. I love it in the winter. It's spectacular. But this is why you want to follow us on Facebook and Instagram. We post every single day. Sometimes it's health tips. Sometimes it's me doing recipes. Sometimes it's just a little fun fact. But you want to follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Dr. Joe Esposito. And you, too, would get information like how to make turmeric tea. Very simple. Another thing, again, as a chiropractor, and I'm board certified in pain management, and I'm board certified in orthopedics, and I'm double board certified in nutrition, so got a pretty good background in pain management. Turmeric is great. Of course, chiropractic is the most effective, least expensive treatment for back pain. So if you have neck pain, back pain, shoulder pain, knee pain, hip pain, and really any type of pain issue, you might want to consider coming to us first, or even if you've been other routes, come see us, and let's see if we can get to the cause of your problem and not just treat the symptom. And that's why patients line up some days to get in our offices, because we try to get to the cause of the problem and not just treat the symptoms. And my doctors, I feel, are some of the best doctors in the world, in my opinion. We have, again, offices in Marietta, Duluth, Stockbridge, and West Cobb. All the doctors that work for us are handpicked by me. They're trained by me, and they're my personal doctor. If I don't trust them taking care of me, I don't trust them taking care of you. So you are in amazing hands, in my opinion, when you come into our offices. And so you can feel safe going to any of our offices, to any of our doctors. And what I tell the patients is try different doctors. See which ones you like. You may not like the way Dr., Cat adjusts, but you like the way Dr. Amy adjusts, or vice versa. So we're more than happy to let you try out our different doctors and see. And the nice part about our offices is all the doctors are there available to do a consultation on your case. So if we have a tough case, we have doctor meetings all the time. We may sit down and say, all right, what will we do for Garrett? Garrett comes in, he's got this weird condition. What are we going to do for him? Well, this is what I learned about this. Well, let me give you my input. So you have like a team of doctors working on every case for you. So it's really neat, and I like it too, because I'm a patient there too. I'm not just a client, I'm the president. Well, I'm not just the clinic director. Well, Dr. Amy's the clinic director, but I'm also a patient. And so we want to try to get you well and keep you well the best we can. We work on nutrition, the spine, the digestive system. We have our medical department. If we have to give injections for pain, we can do that. Medications, hormone checking. We can balance hormones many times. And, of course, the flagship, of course, is the PRP. But if you want to look at our services, just go to drjoe.com. On the top, it says services. Hover over that, and then you can go down and look at each one of our services. Everything from erectile dysfunction, hair growth, digestive issues, pain management. We're pretty good at it. We truly are a wellness center. We try to make it a one-stop shop. So another thing that works, drjoe.com. You can book the appointment right online, by the way, if you want to, or call us. Chili peppers. The activin component in chili peppers has long been around as folk medicine and is used for many different things. Capsaicin is a topical ingredient for pain management. Capsaicin is the thing that makes the pepper hot. It works by causing the area of the skin to get hot before eventually turning numb. You can get prescription capsaicin packages now with very high levels on it. But when you have sore muscles or generalized body aches that won't leave you alone, you can try taking some hot peppers. Here's an easy way to make it. 1 cup coconut oil, 3 tablespoons of cayenne pepper, and a cup of coconut oil. Melt the coconut oil, add the pepper, let it simmer for about 5 minutes. Once it firms up, you can have your own capsaicin cream. So just get some ground red pepper, 3 tablespoons, a cup of coconut oil, simmer it for about 5 minutes, and you got your own capsaicin cream. How easy is that? We also have, we'll have it again starting this week, actually, because it's been gone for a while, but luckily we have it back, our CBD cream. Now, the CBD cream, I love it. It works so well because CBD, if you don't know what that is, it's cannabinoids that are found in a lot of different plants. Hemp is the one we use. Excuse me. And in hemp, the cannabinoids, we put it in a cream and a base that can penetrate into the skin, and you can rub on the CBD cream, and it works wonders as well. So that should be on the website hopefully this week as well. Again, it was out for a while, and I'm real picky about who I use in my manufacturer, so I want to make sure we're getting the best products available. Now, if you want to get really fancy, you can whip the coconut oil with a hand mixer. It makes it light and fluffy, but again, you could just take it and rub it on if you want to. Coconut oil, remember, will get firm, harden up at, I think it's 76 degrees, somewhere around in the 70s. So that's why if you have coconut oil in the winter, it's hard, in the summer it's liquid. It's just because of the temperature. That's all it is, and it's just how that works. Ginger, I take ginger tea every single day in the winter. What I do, it's how I start my day. I wake up, I take my supplements, my super greens, my essential source. I take the omega-3 fatty acids, vitamin D, of course, in the winter. I can't imagine you're not taking that. Omega-3 fatty acids, B-complex. Anyway, I have my own supplement protocol that I've created. And I start my day as I have cubes of ginger in my freezer. So what I do is I take organic ginger and I peel it. It's a little tricky to peel, so be careful you don't cut your fingers. I actually have a glove. Somebody got it for me at a food store, a kitchen store. And it's a little glove you can wear, and when you peel, it protects your hands. So it's really a godsend, because I do a lot of peeling. I do a lot of soups and carrots and potatoes and things like this. So I peel the ginger, put it in a food processor like a Vitamix. I cover it about 1/3 with pure lemon juice. Now you can buy organic lemon juice. And then I puree the heck out of it and break up all the strings that are in there. Then I pour it in an ice cube tray and freeze it. So in my freezer right now, I have a bag of ginger cubes. So every morning I take a cube, put it into a cup of hot water, boiling water, and then I add some stevia to it, whip it up. You want to add honey to it, that's your call. And I drink it every day. And I tell you what, it gives you energy. It helps with inflammation. It's an aphrodisiac too, so be careful. I don't want anybody yelling at me for giving you ginger tips. But ginger is just amazing. And so that's really good for inflammation as well. It works differently than other pain relievers that target inflammation. It blocks the formation of certain inflammatory compounds that break down, that exist when there's inflammation, and it prevents them from going on to the next level. Because with pain, it's a pain cascade. One thing triggers another chemical, triggers another chemical, triggers another chemical, and then you feel the pain. So where anti-inflammatories bring down the inflammation, ginger and ibuprofen as well, acetaminophen, can actually block the pain. But we can block the pain, but we also want to get to the cause of the pain as well. And many times the most common cause of pain is a chiropractic issue, a pinched nerve. So again, if you have neck pain, back pain, shoulder pain, stop suffering. Every day, patients come to us and say, Dr. Joe, why didn't I come to see you sooner? I have patients cry in my office several times a week. My office is at Duluth, Marietta, Stockbridge, and West Cobb. And they cry because they're so upset. They're upset that they suffered for so long and they didn't do this sooner. And it's relatively inexpensive. It's covered by most insurances. It's convenient. We, again, 4 offices. I don't understand why everyone who has pain isn't at least doing a consultation with us to determine if it's a chiropractic case. Most cases they are. And again, we have a medical division. If we have to do injections, if we have to balance hormones, if we have to do medications, we have that division as well. So we have chiropractic and medicine and nutrition and digestive issues, heartburn, acid reflux, burping, gas, bloating. Many times we just need to adjust or pull the stomach away from the diaphragm, and that solves that problem. So again, I don't know how to convince you that you need to take care of yourself, but you do. And in our office, we're really good at doing that for you. We talked about CBD cream. We have a hemp oil as well. The hemp oil is a liquid form. You take about a dropper full every day. Again, it takes time to build up in your body. So it's not like taking medication and it blocks it right away. It takes time. So if you take the CBD oil every day, many times 2-3 weeks, you start to see some long-term effects from it. So that's on the website as well. Dr. Joe's Hemp Oil, we call it. It's a CBD with hemp oil mixed in. I think it's great. Works well. It doesn't have THC in it. You're not going to get hallucinogenic reactions from it. Don't worry. And then we also have the CBD cream as well, and that should be on the website in the next couple of days. The shipment is on its way, as a matter of fact. Another supplement that's really neat, and in fact, I'm working to formulate this. I talked about this on a show a while ago, and people got real excited about it, so I'll give you a little hint in case you weren't listening. It's a fenugreek. Fenugreek is used in Mediterranean and Asian cookings. It's similar to cloves, and it has a lot of medicinal benefits. When you make a tea out of it, it can actually help women that are breastfeeding produce more milk, which is great. For people experiencing diarrhea, fenugreek is water-soluble fiber, and so you might want to take the whole fenugreek seeds and use that. But the supplement I'm creating is this, and I'm working on it to perfect it before I give it to you. But it's going to be fenugreek, which can actually increase your production of testosterone for men and women. As we get older, our testosterone levels drop, and fenugreek has been shown to help raise that. And in fact, if you watch commercials, there's one with some big old baseball player, and he says, I take this, and, she'll like it too, to help build muscle mass. Well, what it's doing is it's building muscle mass because fenugreek builds up testosterone. Now, it takes about 6 weeks of taking it regularly in order to see the results. So you're not going to take it one day and, whoo-hoo, I'm like a young kid again. But the fenugreek can produce testosterone. But here's the missing link. You need boron in order to activate or free up the testosterone and make it usable. It's called free testosterone. The supplements on the market right now that I see don't have any boron. So ours is going to have boron as well as fenugreek. Then we're going to add some stimulants to it, and we're going to add some other things that'll, maybe nitric oxide or things that have been shown to act as natural aphrodisiacs. So we're putting together this supplement for romance. It's going to be our romance supplement. And again, we're still working on it now. It's not ready yet, but I just want to let you know, we're talking about home remedies. I'm trying to make the home remedies easy as possible for you. That's why we have turmeric on the website. That's why we have vitamin D on the website. That's why we have Super Greens and Essential Source on the website. Again, the minimum supplements you should be taking are Super Greens and Essential Source and vitamin D in the wintertime, especially if it's cold, flu, or COVID season, because the studies, we've covered this many times in the past, vitamin D reduces your risk of getting sick dramatically. If your blood levels are at least 30 nanograms per milliliter, you reduce, several studies show about 50% reduction in getting sick. If you get it up to about 60 nanograms per milliliter, unbelievable. And in England, they're even distributing vitamin D now to high-risk people because they know that vitamin D is a natural way to get the immune system strong. Chances are you've been exposed to COVID at some time in your life. It's around. It's everywhere. And in fact, I saw one study that said, if you take a test on anyone and replicate it over 30 times, you're probably going to test positive. And so we might have all been exposed to these things. Why isn't everyone in the world dying? Your immune system. Your immune system is going to be a key player in this. I'm not saying I have a cure for COVID. No, I'm not saying that. But if you listen to our show we did on immunity, drjoe.com, just type in immunity, we give you a lot of tips to help build up your immunity. And so that's why with the supplements that we have on the website, I try to make a lot of these home remedies as easy as possible for you. We put it in a pill form or a capsule form. Real easy. And again, we'll be coming out with a fenugreek supplement pretty soon. In fact, I think the first sample is getting delivered today, as a matter of fact. So we're going to work on that and keep tweaking it. As I do with all our supplements, I try to tweak it and make it work or find the best suppliers that we can to make sure you can trust the product. Because if I'm going to take it, you can feel safe taking it too. Another thing I want you to be aware of is magnesium. Muscle aches, fatigue, migraine headaches, more likely to slip into a numbed emotional state than usual, like you're very emotional, depressed. It might just be something as simple as a magnesium deficiency. Magnesium is often talked about in terms of growth and maintenance of bones, but it's essential for nerve function and muscle function as well. And so many people are magnesium deficient, not because if it's not available in food, it's easily available in food, you're just eating a bad diet. So studies show that almost half the U.S. population doesn't get enough magnesium, and people complain about symptoms. Many times it's a real easy fix. Spinach, almonds, avocados, even dark chocolate is rich in magnesium. If you're going to do dark chocolate, here's the rules. The top joint of your thumb, that's the biggest amount I want you to eat in a day. Organic dark chocolate only. Okay, that's the rules on that. You don't necessarily need to supplement with magnesium as long as you're eating a good diet. When it comes to mood, magnesium can also help. It works on what's called the parasympathetic nervous system. Now, there's two types of nerves in your body. Sympathetic speeds you up, parasympathetic slow you down. This helps relax you. You can get it lentils, beans, chickpeas, tofu, whole grains, bananas. It's pretty easily available. Okay. Another home remedy for headaches and pain oftentimes is romance. Now, keep it clean because I know this is a family show, but you may not necessarily be in the mood for romance, but many times romance will kick in what's called your parasympathetic nervous system and calm you down. So from a pain standpoint, it's all about the nervous system. And so if you have a pinched nerve, it can hurt. However, 90% of your nerves don't feel pain. 90% of your nerves don't feel pain. You can have a pinched nerve and not know it. For example, you don't feel your blood pressure. You don't feel your kidneys. You don't feel your spleen. You don't feel your adrenal glands. All controlled by nerves. So from a chiropractic standpoint, if you have a pinched nerve, sometimes it hurts, but 90% of the time, there is no pain. So in our offices, we evaluate the nerves that feel pain and we evaluate the nerves that don't feel pain. Because our goal is not get you out of pain. Our goal is get you well. If you want to get out of pain, take drugs. Works faster. But there's a lot of side effects and it doesn't get to the cause. We get to the cause of the problem if we can, not just treat the symptoms. So if you have neck pain, back pain, shoulder pain, headaches, numbness, tingling, neuropathy, neuralgia, come see us. In so many cases, it's so easy to fix. And you're aggravated. Patients get aggravated because they didn't come sooner. Why didn't any other doctor say that? I had a patient just earlier today. And what he said to me was, he says, Dr. Joe, he says, your analysis shows that I might be pre-diabetic. Nobody's ever said that to me, but it makes perfect sense. And so we can do blood work on you. We can do pain management. We can do injections. We can do PRP. PRP is we take your own cells, your platelets, concentrate them, and put them back into your own body. So it's your own cells. It's not a foreign chemical. It's not somebody else's cells from some embryo somewhere. It's your own cells to stimulate the natural healing process. Then we had chiropractic. We had nutrition to it. We had supplements. Minimum supplements are what? Dr. Joe's Super Greens and Dr. Joe's Essential Source, and especially in the winter, vitamin D. So we have protocols put together to get you well and keep you well naturally. So if you want to make an appointment to come see us, go to our website, drjoe.com, right next to my picture. Excuse me, it says appointments. Book it there, call us, send us a message through the website. First visit, normally $375. We've reduced that to $199. That's an exam, x-rays, consultation, first adjustment, going over the x-rays on your next visit, and a nutrition evaluation. The nutrition evaluation alone is worth $150. We'll give you nutrition recommendations, supplement recommendations, treatment recommendations. We accept most insurances after the first visit for treatment. And if you've ever been in a car accident, ever, if the car was damaged, you were damaged 100% of the time. Folks, I'm begging you, even if you don't think you were hurt, come see us. If there's nothing wrong, we'll say, you know what, Garrett, you're fine, go home. We did an evaluation. But if there is something wrong, the quicker you get to it, the better you're going to be. And the supplements are available. You can order them on the website. We'll ship them to you or come pick them up. We would love to have you stop in and say, hi, Marietta, Duluth, Stockbridge, and West Cobb. We have different hours for different offices. If you have any questions, call us. The phone number is right there on the website. You can send us messages through the website. If you have health concerns, health questions, send them through the website. We're more than happy to help. Our goal is to naturally get you well and keep you well without drugs and surgery. If we need drugs and surgery, we have it available. We can certainly refer you out. But we want to get you well and keep you well. So if you want to make an appointment, again, drjoe.com. Make sure you follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at Dr. Joe Esposito. We live stream a lot of our shows. You get to see my pretty face. Folks, I'm Dr. Joe Esposito, drjoe.com. Tell your friends about the show. We'll catch you next time.